All right, climate scientists are sounding the alarm, saying that our planet may be on the verge of crossing several tipping points. In the journal Nature, scientists suggest the environmental effects of global warming are already becoming irreversible in certain places. Some of those tipping points include rapidly melting ice sheets in both the eastern and western portions of Antarctica and the loss of Amazon rainforest because of deforestation, fires, and drought. The warning comes as a new United Nations report urges countries to take drastic action to cut greenhouse gas emissions to offset what could be dire consequences of global warming. The report shows that despite a near global pledge to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, they reached a new high again just last year. Joining me now, Monica Medina, the founder of Our Daily Planet, a newsletter dedicated to environmental issues. Monica, this was a red alert week for the climate. There were several reports coming out that sort of warned that for those of you who think that because this is discussed enough, we're going in the right direction, we're actually still marching in the wrong direction globally.
Yes, thanks so much, Ali, for having me here today, and happy Thanksgiving to everybody who's watching. This is the perfect day for us to stop and think about the impact we're all having on the planet. It's a day when we usually give thanks for the bounty of the earth and the harvest, and it's more and more at risk given what we know is happening with climate change. And those reports that you cited are just the latest in a series of reports that should be getting attention. These are bread and butter issues. They matter to everyone in the country and across the planet. And it is time for us to take much more drastic action.
The fact is that America needs to be a leader in this and isn't. I was talking to Gina McCarthy, former EPA commissioner administrator yesterday, and she was saying, look, we should give thanks to the young people who have made this a very, very important issue. But is there a way in which we can get the reversal in the damage that we have done? And if so, do you see on the horizon anyone who might do that, or at least help America get to the front of the pack of leading this mission?
Well, we certainly need new leadership in order to be able to do that, and hopefully that will happen. And in the meantime, there are things that everyone can do. It is the kind of an issue that people feel like is too big and too difficult, but actually it's not. Everyone can take actions, from the kinds of cars that they buy to the light bulbs that they buy every day. And I do think today in particular is a day to have conversations with people in your family, your friends, to talk about the importance of this change that we need to make. And I think actually, given the latest polls, people will find that there's a lot of agreement around Thanksgiving dinner tables about this. More and more Americans totally believe that we need to be doing more in order to fight climate change. They think the government isn't doing enough, and particularly young people of all parties, Democrats, Republicans, independents, all the young people around the Thanksgiving table are going to be nodding their heads yes. So this is a very important day for us to stop and take stock and think about it. And in a couple of weeks, the UN will be having their big annual climate meeting, and important work will be done there on women and the important role women can play in both making a difference on climate and the fact that they're the ones who are most disproportionately impacted by climate. So there's a lot that can be done.
I'm putting a poll up that Pew did in October showing that these are the U.S. percentage of adults who think the federal government is doing too little to protect the quality of water, lakes, streams, air quality, doing these things. They expect the federal government to have a role in this. But you brought up something about fuel-efficient cars and energy. One of the points you bring up, and I think this is really important to not lose sight of, that in the things we can do, it is going to be about energy consumption. Energy consumption tops the list of ways in which we are going to control global warming,
both here at home and globally. And it's so important. And the U.S. leadership is so important. When we lead, the rest of the world follows. And the same is true with respect to China. We were just talking about China a minute ago. China is crucial to this fight, as is the U.S. And when we lead, China goes along with us. Right now, we're not. Our emissions are going, greenhouse gas emissions are going in the wrong direction. But 90% of Americans want them to go in the right direction. So we have a lot of agreement there.
Monica, good to talk to you. We are thankful here at MSNBC for the work that your organization has done. And that wraps up this hour for me. Thank you for watching on